As part of our look ahead to the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics, the World Triathlon podcast brings you an interview I did earlier this year with the Netherlands legend Jetze Plat. The full-time PTWC Paratriathlon world champ was dialing in from a training camp in Namibia with the Dutch Olympic team back in February, and looks back to the personal disappointment of his Paralympic debut at London 2012 and how the announcement of triathlon on the programme for Rio 2016 helped him bounce back to the top of the world. Now, anyone who has followed the sport of triathlon in the past 5 years can't have missed the 29-year-old's incredible achievements, juggling the demands of triathlon and hand cycling to conquer the world at both sports and winning gold in triathlon's Paralympic debut at Rio 2016. A Kona champion, a world record holder. Jetze, how are you?
Good, thanks.
You're somewhere warm by the looks of it.
Yeah, I'm luckily in Namibia at this moment. Felt a bit crazy sometimes because there's a lot of happening in the world. But yeah, we stay here for 4 weeks in total with small groups, smaller than last year. It's the Olympic triathlon team from the Netherlands. I joined them. It's a really good place here. Almost private swimming pool and small houses that we stay. So yeah, we don't have contact with other people, and it's really nice to train. And the weather is much better than in Holland. It's snowing there at the moment. So yeah, I'm a lucky man.
Yeah, we can hear the birds singing in the background. It sounds nice.
Yeah.
By virtue of the fact that you're the sole Paralympian who is training with the Dutch Olympic team, speaks volumes about what you've achieved and your levels of performance. And explain that setup, that you are there with the Olympic team as well, and how that's all come about.
Yeah, it was started in 2019 when one of the head coaches, Louis Delahaye, was called me and just asked if I can join them for a training camp, because he believed that it was good for me, but also good for the team, so I can be a part of the team and motivate the whole team. So yeah, really proud for that call. We start 2020 preparation in that time actually for Tokyo. So I joined them for 3.5 weeks. We were last year here. And that worked out really well. A nice team. Really happy for me, of course, to join them, because the level of training is high, and that's good for me. And I hope I can also be good motivation for the team. And when Louis calls me back again for this year, I think it was they were happy with me, and I was glad to join them again.
Great. So give us the names of who you've been training with the last couple of days then.
I shared a room with Jorik van Egdom, and we are also with Marco van der Stel, Quinty Schoens, Rachel Klamer, and Richard Murray. So quite a Donald Hillebrecht from the Netherlands as well, and one USA guy, Tony. And a really difficult last name, but Tony. And so small team, and but yeah, all great athletes.
I mean, like you said, they felt you could obviously bring something to the camp. The camp would bring something to your racing as well. Like how different is it training in that sort of environment?
Yeah, mostly when I go in training camps, I join mostly cyclists. So that's also good for me. But in the swimming pool, it's always hard because I train alone or just with one other guy or something. And now for sure the swimming level for me is quite high here, and that's nice. That's good for me. In the racing chair, so the running part, it's hard to combine with the runners. That's the only part I do alone. And on the bike, I'm also luckily strong enough to follow them and train together. So yeah, for sure the swimming, that's the most important, and also on the bike it's quite good. The whole schedule of in the morning running, after it for the swimming pool, and at the end of the day mostly on the bike. So yeah, good days, many hours, and high level. So that's good. That's good for me.
And it's the swimming. Obviously, you started out as a cyclist, and the swimming side of it. So you have left leg
It's
is
complicated.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
it is.
you have the
Yeah.
lower left leg, but no upper left leg. Is that correct?
Yeah, and on the left side, I have a really bad knee, and my upper leg is shorter than normal. And on the right side, I miss my complete upper leg, so it's only my under leg who fits in the body. And I use a prosthesis for that side for short walks, but most of the time the wheelchair, and in that reason also the hand bike, because yeah, my hips are also quite bad, so I was not able to ride on a normal bike since I'm 4 or 5 years old. So I started from that age already on a hand bike. So yeah, that was the first step in the sport.
So as far as swimming goes, do you have any leg power there at all, or is it entirely upper body?
A little bit in the turning point, a little bit in the, but for the rest, it's all on the shoulders and arms. So yeah, that's also in this camp quite hard for me, because I do the swim, the run, and the hand bike all on the shoulders. So sometimes I need some spare shoulders actually, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
Particularly, I suppose, just also 2017, you did Kona, smashed the record, right, of under 9 hours for
Yeah.
Ironman. I mean, that's a 2.4 mile swim where you can't really use your legs at all. How are your arms after that? And then to not be able to have any sort of break because you are straight onto the hand cycle sounds
Yeah, I
brutal.
think the most important thing is that I don't think about that, how hard it is, of how painful my shoulders are, because Kona is a different story, of course, because it's a long race, and it was also quite new for me. But yeah, it's different than everybody. But yeah, at the end, I'm training for it. I train many hours for yeah, get as strongest as possible, and yeah, luckily I'm born with bad legs, but with strong arms, so that's helpful for this moment.
Yeah, I mean, you said so. Your first hand cycle you used to bike to school with your friends in, right? I mean, you even like as a kid, kind of notably stronger than some of your friends and so on?
Yeah, that was one of the first goals in my life, actually, to make and it was not a really set goal, but it was just as it was, because when I go upstairs or something, I just need my shoulders to go upstairs, and also for the bike, I already used the hand bike since I'm 5 years old. So yeah, the shoulders trained in a really early age. So yeah, that was helpful, of course. And yeah, I grow also up with an older brother and two sisters, so they are just normal, the complete body. How do you say it? But yeah, that was also helpful for me, because yeah, when my brother goes somewhere, I go somewhere too. So yeah, just try to follow him and be stronger.
So in a way, to become, if you're a sports lover and you're spending that much time in the bike as well, kind of to go down that path was quite natural, right?
Yeah, and because it didn't start really as a sport, just for fun, just for yeah, going with friends and create my own life, actually. So yeah, and I also start swimming from age of 8 or something, because
Right.
yeah, we live close by the water. So for my parents, it was really important that I was able to swim when I fall in, or something happens. So I also start really early with swimming, and later on also playing water polo, just in a normal team. So yeah, the swimming was also from a young age already there.
And obviously, then that is something that your training kind of focuses on as well, upper body. Like, what are you able to just to give us an idea of what sort of training load you're doing to maintain that kind of core strength?
Yeah, for hours, this camp, every week I go above the 30 hours a week training. Strength training is also quite important, but the last years a little bit less because for sure also in hand cycling it was also important to be not that heavy. So just keep the body strong enough to get the training load done. But that's it. So the focus is on hand cycling, make the most of hours on the hand bike, and swimming is also, of course, the most important for the triathlon, but also to keep the shoulders, healthy and strong. Yeah, and actually at home it's not really different. The focus is on training. I'm lucky and I'm happy that I start already from a young age, growing level by level. So yeah, my whole life is actually focused on training and recovery and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of athletes or a lot of people can train 1 year or something, 20 hours, but I started already from my 12, 13 with serious training. I'm now 29, so I'm getting old and but also getting stronger. So that's cool. Of course, I have also some or sometimes more days that I don't like to go training or whatever. And for sure, in the winter when it's home quite cold and I have to train indoor, I think it's really important that you have a nice place to train. And I put a lot of numbers, put a lot of memories with photos and stuff. And yeah, the moment that I come in that room and start training, I'm already motivated again. And that's important, I think, to just continue and make a good start of the training. And when I'm started, I'm motivated. So yeah, the start is the most important, I think.
Going back to 2013 was your first grand final. Yeah, Bill Chaffee won. You got the bronze.
Sometimes we still laughing about the London 2013 grand final because I was I don't know, I think 8 minutes in front or something after the bike, because I was already a good swimmer and already a good biker. So yeah, for me actually it was not a surprise, but for the rest of the field it was, who the fuck is he and then what is he doing? But I was so slow and so bad on the running part, so I lost a lot of time on that, and Bill passed me, I think, only 400 meters before the finish line or something like that. Right. Actually, 2013 was a year of I go to London 2012, the Paralympic Games, as a hand cyclist. Went finished fourth at the end, and it was really quite a period for me because I was so focused on the medals and only medals, and I become fourth, and it was for me really bad, and the motivation was not there anymore, and I don't like to go on hand bike for I think 4 or 5 months or something. Go in the swimming pool because I was already swimmer. Train 6-7 times a week, and my goal was to race the 100 meter freestyle below 1 minute. That was my goal directly after just because I don't like to go on a hand bike, so I need a
bit of therapy.
Goal. Bit of therapy, yeah. It was not the best therapy because at the end I was 1 minute and 1 second, so it was not not really good. But it was a really important moment for me because in the same time they announced that Paratriathlon was going on the calendar of the Paralympic Games. The years before I did already some triathlons just for fun, close by my home, between the able-bodied athletes, and it was just for fun because I was the only para-triathlete, and the swimming was good, the bike was good, only the racing chair, I just was not good in that because I didn't train really for it. So 2013, I start some national races and also London at the end, and from that moment I was so motivated again, and also for hand cycling but also for triathlon, so we just give it a try and to combine by both sports. But yeah, after London it was quite how do you say? We know that the focus point must be the racing chair, because it was too bad, and the technique was not good enough for me. So I focused on the winter from 2013 to 2014 more on the racing chair. So yeah, it was getting better in that, and yeah, I'm not a marathon winner in the racing chair at this moment, but I'm good enough, fast enough for yeah, for don't with Bill Chaffee was not able to pass me anymore, so that was the most important. Yeah, and 2014 was quite a good year, so we decided to go for Rio 2016 to combine hand cycling and triathlon.
So from that sort of 2013, perhaps not the greatest run of your life there, but so from that point on, there was a bit of a crossover period where the cycling and the triathlon were kind of existing side by side, right?
Yeah, and already before, from I don't know, since I was 12, 13, I always swim 2 or 3 times a week because I need it for my shoulders, and so the swimming was not new for me, and so that focus was also the only change for me, was that the running part was coming into the program. Yeah, so I invest one winter a lot of hours for it. So yeah, the technique was quite good from that moment, and yeah, the muscles is quite similar as a hand bike. So yeah, I knew I was strong and fit enough to push the rims, but the technique was really hard. So yeah, I'm on the control now.
Presumably, paratriathlon is slightly younger than the hand cycling competition, is it? You know, just the way the competitions are run, the way that the sports are nurtured and developed, and so on.
Yeah, and that's why I like triathlon so much, because when I look to the hand cycling, it's quite good races, of course, but for the UCI, we're still paracycling and just different events, and we don't have anything with the normal cyclist. So that's what I like so much, and that's also the reason I'm now with the Olympic team here for training. That's not gonna happen with normal cyclists because it's such different worlds. And for me as an athlete, I like it to train with the best athletes, and not if they're able-bodied or not. It doesn't matter, but I need the best athletes to train with. And yeah, that's what triathlon giving me now, and that I'm able to train with the best athletes.
Yeah. So going back to so Rotterdam, back-to-back World Championships, Gold Coast, Lausanne. Which of those, has the strongest memories for you in terms of the race experience and the achievement and so on?
We have also Chicago 2015.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, 15 or 14. And I don't know why, it's maybe an athlete thing, but bad races you always remember, and that was also a bad race because I had the flat tire. It was for me the moment when I win the race. I was directly qualified for Rio, the Paralympic Games, but I had a flat tire 2 times. So yeah, I didn't win the race and didn't qualify directly for Rio. So for that reason, I have to go race a lot of more races than actually was the plan, and that was not really helpful for the preparation for Rio. So Chicago is also a race in my mind, but yeah, Rotterdam. The first year Rotterdam was really cold, but it was nice to. I know the second year was really cold. I think with the grand final.
Yeah.
But Rotterdam is nice because it was my own country, and just drive 45 minutes by car, and then I was on the World Championships. So that was nice. I love Australia for the Gold Coast racing because of the weather and just because it's Australia. Yeah, and Lausanne, the course I like Lausanne. The course was the best in Lausanne, actually, for sure. The bike course because it was a heavy course, a lot of spectators for us as well. So yeah, as an athlete, I like Lausanne the most, I think.
Did you feel going into Rio that was there a sense of this was the debut for your sport in the Paralympics, and that add an extra kind of layer to the whole experience?
Yeah, it's different now, much different in the way to Tokyo because also the preparations. Yeah, Rio was also because the place, the Copacabana and the memories there. Yeah, it's a really big memory for me. Yeah.
And in terms of making that statement on the Paralympic stage, and paratriathlon is here and it's staying and it's coming back again. Yeah, you've grown your career through the biggest changes in the sport. It must be kind of fascinating to have been able to go through a sport, but to be part of that huge period of growth in the sport and responsible for a lot of it. Do you have a sense of that as well?
Yeah, of course. I think as an athlete, I look also to times or to average speed or something. And when you look at 2012, the World Championships triathlon, it was, I think you can win a gold medal with 1 hour and 50 minutes or something. And now mostly we race below 55 minutes or something like that. So I think that shows how the sport is growing, and not only the winner is racing like that fast, but also the second one and the third one is much faster than 2012. So that's really nice, and yeah, I hope I'm a small part of it to yeah let the people see how fast we can be. So yeah, that's nice for sure.
Yeah, and you get back home in the Netherlands. How is your profile in the realm of Dutch sport back there?
Yeah, I was Paralympic Athlete of the Year in 2019 and 2017 with yeah. So that shows a bit how it is. But also in triathlon, it's really integrated. Also the national team. That's why I'm here. But that's also in the media and all stuff like that. I'm really integrated in just triathlon. Yes, I'm para triathlete, but I'm just into the triathlon. So yeah, that's nice, and it's really helpful, I think. Yeah.
Mm. And
because it's quite a hard sport for new athletes, the para triathlon, because you need a handbrake, you need a racing chair, you need a wetsuit, and so it's not that easy for many of them. And yeah, I hope we help a bit for media and also sponsors, and to join the triathlon.
is that something that you could see yourself kind of getting into more, like the development side of it, or sort of setting up camps and so on to get more young talent coming through?
Oh yeah, just was 1 week ago or something. I just passed on the road here. Yeah, in Namibia on a racing chair, just on a highway, really old racing chair. So that was for me a moment. So, wow, next year when I come here, I need to bring some stuff for them, and so they can train. So yeah, it is. I realized how lucky I am with all the equipment and stuff, and of course I worked for it really hard, and found the sponsors and people around me. But yeah, it's a passion for me to help young athletes in Holland, or maybe also worldwide. Yeah, to help a bit wherever it is possible. But yeah, first I have to focus now. The focus now is really on the Paralympics in Tokyo. I need a lot of time of training and also sleeping for it. So, but when I achieve my goals in the Paralympics, I quit maybe as an athlete, but not as a motivator of part of the sport. No.
So what are your, just tell us to close out Tokyo? It's not just paratriathlon.
No, hand cycling, combination of hand cycling and triathlon. First is the triathlon race, and then 1 day off, and then the time trial hand cycling, and the day after the road race hand cycling. So 4 days and 3 medal events. So yeah, will be a tough one, but yeah, I have an extra year to prepare, so that's good.
How were those shoulders going to be feeling on the morning of the road race after those?
Don't think about that. Just pushing.
Fair enough. Has your equipment evolved with you over the years as well? Is it, would you get in one of your bikes from 6 years ago, say, and find it like a very different prospect in terms of what it's capable of, or the fundamentals kind of the same?
No, yeah, the fundament is the same, but it's quite different than the normal bikes because hand cycling is quite a small business when you compare it with normal bikes. So I'm lucky that I have a good sponsor who makes the bikes, and I go every year to that company and to look at the bike, what can be better, what testing in the wind tunnel and stuff like that. But it's still it's just a frame for me, and it's not a frame for 1,000 people or millions of frames. So that makes it sometimes a bit harder to make absolutely high level when you compare it with the big normal bike companies. All in full carbon, really stiff, lightweight, and I think we're growing with the hand bike, but it's a process, and I think we all as top athletes, we are a quite important part of that growing from the bike. So still a lot of work to do, but that's also what I like. Just not only training, but also develop the equipment.
Is it exactly the same bike that you would use for the triathlon and the road cycle and whatever, or are there subtle differences?
Mostly it's the same, but it depends also a bit of the course. We have some I have a different frame with small rear wheels and bigger rear wheels and disc brakes and just normal brakes. So it depends a bit on the course, but mostly I use the same. Yeah.
So Tokyo is a very technical course, the paratriathlon course. Does that make it harder for someone like you with the power, or and even for just in terms of the race itself, does that make it easier or harder for overtaking and so on? How does that affect the race?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I like a hard bike course because that's the most important part to make difference between the other athletes. So the harder the better, actually, and also with some climbing meters. But at the end, I'm lucky that I'm a really strong biker. So mostly when the swim is going well, I knew what to do on the hand bike, and the heavier the course, the bigger the gap I can make. So when it's a really fast and flat course, it's a bit harder to make a difference.
But do you find yourself kind of analyzing different sections of the course and very much kind of going into detail before the race on which sections are where you can apply more pressure or power? Or
I use with my trainer Guido also the best bike split. It's a special program that we analyzed. So we put on the course into that program, and that's it's actually analyzing where it's important to push the power a little bit more than other parts. Also depending of the wind and all stuff like that. So I use that, but at the end, when I'm really racing, when I'm really focused, it's almost automatic and just push as hard as possible wherever it can.
Head down and go.
Yes.
So obviously horizons beyond Tokyo kind of difficult to consider at the moment, but you're obviously someone who likes setting yourself challenges and are always thinking about the next challenge. So where do you maybe see yourself in kind of 4 or 5 years time?
I for sure I go for Paris as well, and I think that will be the last one. But there is a small switch because I like. I'm now really focused on Tokyo, and I will be also focused to Paris. But I need also some space for helping young talents or stuff like that in the way to Paris. So a little bit different focus then. Of course, the last half year, the focus will be full on Paris. But I need a little bit more space to think not only on myself but also on the sports and the people around me. So and after Paris, it's hard to say. I have a lot of contacts in the sports, sponsors, but also federations and stuff like that. So I have a technical study in the past, long time ago. It felt a long time ago, but I really need the sport also after Paris. Not maybe as an athlete, but just be part of the sports and help young Paralympic or just Olympic. But I think Paralympic athletes to see the possibilities and help a bit with my learning process. I started long time ago. I was lucky that I have some good people around me who teach me how to do and making contact with new people. So I think that's a really important thing to learn the new generation.
Yeah, well, no doubt you will succeed in that as well. And thanks for all you're doing and your amazing achievements in pushing yourself and the sport forward. And thanks, it's been great to talk with you.
Yeah, we'll share it hopefully in this year again.
Brilliant. All right, thanks a lot, Jetze.
Thanks.